Hey guys, Ryches here, and after a bit of planning and a bit of preparation, I've been selling off the all the team of the years and stuff that we managed to get. I can finally do an idea for a team that I've wanted to do for a while, and especially work towards as something that's a bit extra for me, and that's to work towards making a Man United team. Now, I've mentioned this in the past in previous episodes. The most important thing to me is to kind of not only show some best practices or show like good ways to kind of go about things and all the content, but it's also to have fun and try and enjoy the game. So therefore, having like one team is great, but how about I make some other teams that I can work towards making better and grinding? Kind of like back in the days when you used to have like two separate teams and you switch between for chemistry and stuff like that. I'm just trying to keep myself like as entertained and enjoying the game as much as possible. So I decided, you know what, it's time to make that United team that I think I've wanted to make for a while. I'm going to buy some of the players that I like and then just players that I feel fit a team quite well. So the first one was obviously Van der Beek, who is at the moment kind of out on the fringes, which I think is more of a, not him problem, more of a club problem than him. Naturally I wanted to get the Fred as well, because I was going to try and do, no, I didn't. I was gonna see if I could try and get him from the Boxing Day stuff, but I never did. But his card looks pretty good as well. So I was like, right, okay, I'm gonna play a 4-3-1-2. We've already got Wan-Bissaka, we've already got Bruno Fernandes. Let's see what players we can add to make this team a good, not only like a decent, but you know, something that I can progress with. I don't want it to be like instantaneously go out and buy like all the 90s. A, I don't have the coins for that anyways, but B, also just to kind of give me something to work towards. If I go out and I get like I want to get the Cavani eventually, I want to get the 98 Rashford, I want to get the 90 Shaw, all that kind of stuff, the Dunlop as well, and the Gea. But the fact of the matter is that if I go out and wait until I get all the coins to get those players, there's nothing for me to work towards. So maybe I thought, right, let's go and buy some players in general, let's go and get ABSC that we can just improve on and, you know, spend training on and go and get players that give us a little bit of a challenge per se. So therefore I thought, right, okay, I've got Van der Beek, got Fred, I'll go get Pogba as well, and that could be my midfield three. Obviously Bruno Fernandes and centre attacking mid, because I've got a team in the year, of course I'm going to use it. And then using the Wan-Bissaka at right back. And then past that it's sort of like, right, okay, how do we make this a project team that is something that is quite enjoyable for us going forward? Because the unfortunate thing for United is that, with the exception of Rashford at left mid, there's not really any wingers. I mean, Greenwood's 75 rated, and obviously I'd like to get him at some point, but I felt like it's important to get a team that kind of makes sense. So I thought, right, if we play like a narrow formation, then we can get a couple of strikers. So I went and bought the Rashford that was quite a bit of coins, but I was like, you know what, I really want to use him. I wish I could have got the 98, but I never did from the Lunar New Year promotion. Yeah, it was. But I thought, you know, we'll get that 90 rated. Then up front, I was like, well, we can get Martial or Cavani, but we've already got Rashford. Sorry. So do you know what? We'll go and get Cavani, because it's just a different sort of system and team. Martial, while good, especially with his pace and stuff like that, it's not something that's different from Rashford's style of play in this game. And therefore, if you have a target man and someone who's up front to go ahead and score goals, you've got best of both worlds really, having the pace and the target man. And I think getting them two up front, and obviously I'd like to actually move to getting that Cavani anyways. Is it 94, I think? I can't remember what promotion it was. But I'd like to move towards getting that striker, because then we've got him and Rashford up front. I'll probably end up going maybe a different formation, like maybe a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow or something, because I want to get the Matic from the league matchups. It's like 92 rated. So yeah, I thought, right, okay, well I've done two up front, that's kind of perfect. We're really progressing and making a team there once you get those sort of players. Then after that, it's sort of figuring out who you want in defence, because Maguire, I'm not the biggest fan of him as a player anyway, he's playing for United regardless, but in game it's even worse, because obviously the pace, he's just going to get absolutely ripped to pieces, so he just doesn't make sense to use. So the other options you've got is obviously Rojo's now left, there's also Phil Jones, who is the quintessential meme, there's Tuanzebe and then Eric Bailly, and I thought, do you know what players? I do like Tuanzebe as a player, I do like Bayer's player as well. I think they represent two players who are both fast and also quite good defensively. So I thought, you know what, we'll get them two as our centre backs. Like, the thing is though, they're quite expensive, which I didn't expect. I didn't expect like 75, 77 rated for United to be that expensive. But then again, the market's quite different at the moment. And I think with everything kind of going on and promotions and stuff like that, like, it's very hard to predict the market for me at the moment, especially being in and out of it. And I feel that just getting those players is just... I know that it's probably not the most cost effective, so I don't recommend, if you want to make the best team possible, especially if the team that you support, do not do what I'm doing right now, which is to buy these players at these prices and then to, you know, kind of train them up. But for me personally, it's just as an entertainment sort of thing. It's like, right, let's make a team with some players that I really want to get. So yeah, we've got to say those. Yeah, he's 71 rated, but we can obviously train him up to make him a really, really good player. I mean, Eric Bailly as well is really good. He's a really great player. I absolutely love him in real life. He's one of my favourite players for United. And then past that, we also need some form of left back. Now, again, I'd like to work towards getting the 90 Shaw, but I also feel that I want to use a lot of coins to train players. And the Shaw is like 2 point something million, or is it 3 now? He's quite a bit of coins. So instead of getting Shaw, I think it's probably best to get Alex Telles. Now, when it comes to keepers, I felt like I was going to try and get Henderson and train him up, but then I feel like De Gea gets too much stick by like media, and I also felt like he's a good keeper in general anyways in the game. So while I was searching for Henderson and seeing he was getting to like 200 grand, I thought, you know what, I may as well spend 5, whatever it is, and get De Gea. And I feel like just having United's best keepers is a bit of splashing the cash for a bit different from like buying all the players for about 100. So in the end, after searching around for a good period of time, I felt like maybe just trying to get the Gea is a better idea. But yeah, having this project team is going to help me a lot, because having like the main team is really good, and that's for doing, you know, all the promotions and stuff like that, and that should keep improving regardless. But having a team on the side that I can just progress as I see fit and when I get the time is just perfect for me, because then it gives me something to constantly do and push forward with. I feel that promotions sometimes, no matter how good, some of them can be really good, but sometimes you just don't feel them, and you need to find ways to keep yourself interested in these sort of things. So I felt like getting this United team, not only just as a United fan as well in general, like I got some of my favourite players into the team, Van der Beek, Eric Bailly and stuff like that. I've managed to get some players, Alex Telles as well, I've managed to get some of my favourite players into the team anyways, and it's just a nice little thing to do. And I'm not really showing the training system too much. It's quite a good system. I've shown like little bits and bobs of just training some players like Sanchez and stuff like that. But in general, I feel like it's a really nice system to have, and it's so vastly different from like Ultimate Team that I should probably try and show it off a little bit more anyways. So doing this project allows me to do that, because obviously a lot of the players are quite low rate, like 28 is 71, everybody's 77 was it? And I'm obviously going to have to train them up to 83, 84 just to get them to a high level anyways, because with the power gap now, I'm going to end up coming across really good teams. There's sometimes I've played like 120 something rated teams, and I'm like, wow, if I come across that with this team, I'm going to get absolutely annihilated. But I felt like, yeah, getting these players just kind of makes sense, and therefore we can have a narrow formation. I used to always play that on Ultimate Team, like 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, because it used to be like the most popular one, and we can have some players in there that are all United. So yeah, first is obviously going to be Bailly, and then Tuanzebe added in the team. Wan-Bissaka is obviously staying because he's 93 rated United player and might get him through promotion. And then obviously Alex Telles as well, getting him into the team. I feel like having De Gea is, you've got to have a really good keeper in any sort of game. Sometimes some of the keepers in this game are ridiculous. Get Fred in there as well. I felt like I wish I could have. I can't remember if I got his card or not, but even if I didn't, I wish I would have actually tried it out. And obviously Van der Beek, because I quite like him as a player. And then up front is obviously Rashford and then Edison Cavani. I think we've got a really good team to kind of work between there. And I feel it's going to be a good project team for me. But yeah, that's going to be it for me just for this episode. Take care, guys.